Yo. Is this thing on? Football's dead. I'll see you guys later. The show is over. We don't have to talk about anything. It's been a nice night. Let me do that.
October's basketball season. Let's get into it. Let's go. Finally.
Nah, man, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence, Kenny, and Phil. Mill is under the weather, just like his team.
Look who's talking.
They struggling, and we 500. We can go out the bat. We right out the gate. We can get there. All right, you ain't even gonna let me say how you doing, friend. Like you doing good. Your week is good.
I don't want your pleasantries.
Why?
Or pleasantries.
I can't act like myself. I gotta act different.
I don't want them pleasantries.
All right, man.
Never mind, beloved.
Never mind, beloved. How y'all feeling? How y'all living though? What's up with y'all?
Let's see.
Feeling wonderful.
I bet you are.
Yeah, just had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Some usual activities took place on a Sunday afternoon.
What, church?
No. That's Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, some usual activities took place.
Yeah, depending on you know how to depending on what church you go to, you might be there all day.
Yeah, no. I would have made sure to be out on time this Sunday.
There's also WNBA playoffs going on, Kenny.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm not talking about that right now.
About that?
We can get right into it then. We get right into it. New Orleans Saints go and visit.
My intro. Okay. Well,
I gave you time. You ain't saying
I'm waiting for Kenny. I thought Kenny was gonna go first. I was waiting.
Nah, he
open the door.
He's trying to get straight to smoke. He can get so he has the bragging rights. They won. We're gonna get into it. How you feeling though, Phil? What's up?
Pretty good. Hey, it's October. A lot of things going on in October. Baseball playoffs just started. WNBA playoffs as well. Basketball near the end of the month. NFL is in week 5 already. Hey, great time to be a sports fan. Absolutely.
He made us stop me to get into this ass whooping to say that.
Wait, an ass whooping? Yo, no way! Yo, no way are you running with this? There's no you saying ass whooping. There's no
We didn't even need to score on offense to beat you.
Bro, listen.
We said we'll fight you with one hand tied behind our back and still beat you. And we did. That's what we did.
My thing is, how many stops do you want the defense to get before it's too late when you need them late in the game to get a stop? More stops? How many stops in? No offensive touchdowns. What else do you want?
More.
Bro, listen, defense did what it had to do, and they broke late in the game. That's what it is. I think it's more on the offense has to get more points. That's what it comes down to. Decision making is on the Saints sides late in the game was kind of interesting and just didn't really make sense. But
I mean, I think
I thought it was it's an incredible game though.
Rashid Shaheed needs to not try to field punts inside the 2-yard line. That's the first thing I think.
His problem was he's pressing. He's pressing from the last game of being locked up by the Eagles. Eagles playing him 15 yards off and said, you're a one-trick pony. You can't do anything else but run a 9 route. And he started pressing. That's exactly what happened. He's trying to do too much too early in the game because he didn't do nothing in the last week, and it cost it. It cost the Saints the game.
It be like that sometimes.
It's a great game. It came down to how most of those matchups come down to a goddamn 60-yard field goal.
58 to be exact.
58. Give him 60. He was good. He would have been good from 60.
He would have been good from 70.
70 is crazy. 70 is insane.
75 if we're talking kickers.
It be like that sometimes.
But this is classic. This is classic Saint shit. It's nothing new. I'm at this point, and now it gets to the point of injuries, and everything is about to go downhill fast. So,
on the other side of things,
yeah,
we fought you with one hand tied behind our back, so we wanted to score on offense and see if you could beat us, and you couldn't. So I'm feeling pretty wonderful. If this high-powered offense ever, gets out of first gear, we'll be all right. We already beaten up on the bottom feeders of the division, so tomorrow night we got another one. We won that one. We back in first place.
Oh man!
Check the tape. The prophecy has been spoken. I said this. I said we're gonna beat the Saints. Then we can turn around, short week, Thursday, beat the Bucks and be in first place. 50% of it's done. Tomorrow night, other 50% is happening.
Hey, so far, 50%. Got to get the other half done. Job not finished.
Slightly. Antoine Winfield not playing. I'm not worried about them bums.
He said, "Nah, but overall, good game.
Not great
Saints,
game, though.
Saints made grave mistakes.
That PI at the end? Oof.
And then they celebrated like you locked someone up and you decapitated the man.
If you look at what their game plan was to go at him the whole time.
Yes.
He was targeted every single time, no matter if he was in the slot, he was targeted. If he was on either side, he was targeted. He didn't go. I think what's the name went to Lattimore's side probably twice in the game.
I remember one time. I think it was one time, and it was only because he had a Kyle Pitts matchup, so he thought he had a bigger body receiver.
Yeah, and I think it's just like Debo is he's the one he makes plays, but then he's handsy. So handsy gambler at corner. So
shout out Darnell Mooney. Everyone coming into the year said the Pelicans had no wide receiver too, and Darnell Mooney is showing people like, no, remember I was pretty good in Chicago when we actually were able to throw the football. But shout out him. He came on big. Ray McLeod out here tied for the team lead in receptions is crazy. So we had no number 2, no number 3. Ray McLeod said, "Oh,
is B John all right?"
I mean, people are saying this like it was one game. Again, I'm going to ask you a question. You are a smart individual. If Tyler Algier is running the ball down their throat, getting 7.5 yards a carry, you're just going to say,
I'm saying I felt like in the game there was at times that he did look like he was nicked up. I don't know if he was playing through something, but that's what I was saying. I'm gonna break balls about the carry shit all day because
people were. I saw people like
he has the hot end.
Yeah, I've seen people like legit on Twitter this week being like, "Oh, I think it's time maybe we acknowledge Tyler Algier as RB1 in Atlanta." Like, what? Because he out carried him by one carry for the first time all year, and he was hot. We're just gonna put him on the sideline because Bijan's the higher pick. Like, no, that's silly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Bijan's fine. He's playing tomorrow.
Okay. So. Yeah, I got him in fantasy, so.
Me too.
I was more asking about that.
Yeah, no.
I need him.
And even because if Bijan doesn't have to necessarily carry the ball to affect the game, like he had 4 catches for almost 50 yards. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Very pleased. Very pleased.
Good W.
Oh man. Going back all the way to Thursday night. It seemed like that shit was it was last week, obviously, but it seems like it's so far away when you got all those games Sunday. Giants Cowboys. How y'all feeling about? Well, how y'all feel about that game?
Giants stink.
Cowboys stink.
We're not Giants. Well, Giants stink too, but Cowboys stink.
Yeah,
like they are not a good football team.
Yeah, I think it was evident in that game right there that they're struggling. Now Cooks goes down. He has an infection in his knee or whatever.
Yeah, might
that's not too. Yeah, that's not good. Now need one of these other guys to step up. This is going to be Turp and the wide receiver 4 with Cooks there.
With Cooks there, yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, that's nasty. Good luck, Dak. Dak got the most yards in the league, though.
Good for him.
But injuries on defense, too. Nasty work that Thursday game. Just nasty division altogether, except for one team.
Yeah, what they say in the comments? Are the Commanders for real?
Here's my take on them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not for real because like that sounds like disrespectful to say, but like it's just I think the fact that they're in the division they're in is going to make them more of a threat. Like let them be in a different division. I think we'd be like, oh, they're a fun team, but being that they're in that division where it seems like nobody wants to win it, I think they can actually be contenders to get to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Also, how many of their games have been tough matchups as well?
I think
I can say that they haven't had them because they played the Bengals, who come into the year we all thought was going to be a good team. The Cardinals, I mean, haven't looked terrible this year.
Yeah, they just picked them apart.
Yeah, and the Giants, I mean, if we think that the Cowboys are good,
they beat them with just field goals. They hit like 8 field goals or something like that.
Yep.
And then they played the Bucs week 1. So not like it's crazy, but again, I will fall back on what did I say last year? How many really good teams are there in the NFL, anyways? Like,
don't say that, Kenny. You know how the comments went.
I'll say it. How many really good teams are there? Like, there are good teams, but how many really good teams are there? Even the Chiefs are a really good team. Are like, man. The Bills, who we thought were a really good team, just got dismantled.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that one. But I think with Daniels, man, he's putting some really good things out there, some positive things. He's protecting the ball. I think it's great signs too. I think it'd be a little bit different if he was turning the ball over and not making good decisions. Now I kind of did a little bit of research on him where I guess he's using VR since LSU to pretty much simulate games and stuff, and he said it's helped him mature as a player, which is why when he gets into the game, it looks easy to him, which I found really interesting. Which is going to be crazy if they're like going to implement that in training, which they're already in college already now, because LSU had it last year. But I think that's pretty cool. He says he does it every morning before the game or some shit like that. So
nice. And it's also, that Caleb Williams thing that said he messaged his kicker before the season started. You won't be needed as much, or the punter. That should have been what happened with Jaden Daniels. Because how many times have the Commanders punted?
I don't think they get off. I don't even think we get off our one hand through the whole season.
Yeah, they had a streak where it was for 6 or 7 quarters.
Yeah.
They've
been that team has been landing it up on offense.
They didn't punt it.
5 points too.
They didn't punt it. Yeah, I was gonna say. Then they just put up another 40 points, right?
42 on the Cardinals. Yeah.
38 and 42. Ooh.
Yeah, 42-14. So yeah, that punter, Trust Way, I think he's an all-pro, I think. So not needed as much.
Right. It's not even, they have a good punter and they can't get him on the field.
Okay. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, no, that's true. I think they got, obviously defensively they need some help. I feel like that's known already. They've had the corner fiasco for the past couple of years where they had the essentially healthy scratch or bench Forbes. He's on the sideline in street clothes every game, and he's supposedly healthy. So that's how deep they're in getting corner help. They say you're so bad that we got to bench you. So another team I want to highlight too is the Vikings, man. Do y'all feel like the Vikings are for real?
For real? No. Playing excellent football? Absolutely. But I don't think I can sit here right now and tell you that I truly believe that in January we're going to be talking about, I think this team's going to the Super Bowl next month. I don't think so.
Okay.
I agree. I think
I think their defense is insanely good. Insanely good. And if you have a defense, you already know. You can find yourself in some games.
That's cute. Other than the year that Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, name me a time when a team had an absolute elite defense and a guy that we weren't sure about, a quarterback that won a Super Bowl.
Eli Manning? No, let me stop.
Both times.
That was I had to tell you, that was an alley to disrespect Eli. Nah, you're right.
Like, and I mean, maybe because Sam Darnold did come into the league with some pedigree, so maybe he did.
Sam Darnold's on his Geno shit right now.
Stop it! Don't be disrespectful to Sam Darnold. Stop
he
it.
He just threw a 400 Monday. He went crazy.
Stop it.
400. Kenny, he went. Listen, stop playing with Geno, man. No turnovers. Go crazy.
Well, guess what? I keep
lost the game.
He going. The one thing about Kenny, he gonna stay true about Geno. He gonna stay true about the Browns. No matter what. He not listening. He not hearing it.
Mason
No, Julius. What we talking about? What we talking about? Why you dropping that bum's name in the chat? Game manager? He's not no game manager.
You should be talking about Tony Pollard,
bro. Like, have you watched? Did no one watch Mason Rudolph in Pittsburgh? Like, what are we doing here? If Geno,
he's happy. He's happy. He just got his first win. That's what it is. He's got their first win against a team that literally has to go to the ER after every game.
Yes.
So
Mason Rudolph literally threw for 85 yards. 85 yards in that game. That's
nasty.
That's
nasty. That game was so bad, bro. Like, I had to turn that off. It was bad.
Yeah.
Titans is bad football.
Very convenient that Neil hasn't been here since I told him that was the worst take of his whole entire.
I'm glad y'all seeing this. Come on now, because if had that been me, if I don't show up, all hell breaks loose. It said it's hard to watch. Not gonna lie, yeah.
He said he really sat here with a straight face and said the Titans are the team to watch this year, man. I'm telling you.
I acknowledge their defense, but the offensive side, I wasn't sold on.
But he even said, "Oh, Will Levis might be the guy." And I asked, I very vividly remember saying, "What is the difference between what we saw from Will Levis year one and what we saw from Desmond Ridder in his first year? What happened to Desmond Ridder?" He looked at me and told me, "No, it's not the same."
Will Levis was giving us great meme content first.
Like, damn, I wish we kept Malik.
I mean, shit.
But that's where I'm confused, though. Like, they gave Levis the chance they never gave Malik, and they invested the same amount of draft capital in him. They both weren't first round picks, so there was no like. It's not like you were tied to Will Levis.
It was like that. It was like they had their mind made up no matter what.
Yeah. Like, I could see if Levis was a first round pick because they're like, nah, we got to see what he's got. But it wasn't. They both were day two picks, so I don't know.
The marketing. He's got the marketing behind him. Well, this dude was a backup. He's on Mayo commercials. And Malik was never like that.
Hellman's mascot.
Shit, he played better. He played better than most of them, but he's gone. Played better than Love.
Well, yeah, in Green Bay, because in his few games in Tennessee, though, Malik Willis was nasty work.
Yeah. You call him Mayo, man. And then another thing I want to highlight too is, man, this dude stinks so bad. Trevor Lawrence, they lose again. 0-4. 0-4.
Would just like to point out,
and he just got $60 million, right? Or 55. What was it?
It was an insane amount. Yeah, it was definitely. It wasn't 60, but it was in the 50s. Just like to point out, been saying for a long time, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields were 1A and 1B their whole entire life. They got the NFL, and we were all convinced that it was not even close anymore. It was just a runaway train. Well, one of them is 3-1 and just threw for 300 plus yards, and the other one is 0-4 and looks like dog.
Struggling. Yeah, he's struggling.
But what do I know? I was a homer for Justin Fields, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Fields is special.
Yeah,
I mean, I've only been saying it since he was at Ohio State, but he was an Ohio State quarterback, so he was never going to work out.
Yep, we'll see if this Jags coach can survive the season.
Technically, he was a Georgia quarterback, but technically.
No, we ain't doing that because just like Bama ain't claiming Jalen Hurts. Not happening.
They're not claiming him?
And Caleb Williams is not an Oklahoma quarterback. It's all about where he finished. Kyle McCord is a Syracuse quarterback. He will not be an Ohio State quarterback.
Wow, that is crazy.
It's a fact. Where'd you finish?
Oh man.
Fair enough.
Texans go 3-1. How y'all feeling about the Texans?
Nico Collins balling. Wow. He has the receiving yards lead by like 100, 200 yards?
Best receiver in the league.
See, like, why is he gotta say stuff and like just ruin it?
Stats wise, yes.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I asked it as a question. I wasn't saying it as a statement. I was asking a question.
You're trying to incite something in my spirit. Like you know that's not true.
Wide receiver 1. Ain't nobody close. Domination.
You make it sound like we just box score watch or something.
Nah, Nico not the best.
Second best. So
but yeah, he's got the receiving lead by 103 yards. The next closest Malik Neighbors.
Malik, how are y'all feeling about? They both played as a monsoon shitty game, 10-9. Broncos and Jets. How do y'all feel? They're both 2-2 at this point in the season.
I mean, I think the Broncos are.
No.
And the Jets, I mean, they got to be starting to trend in that direction, right? Well, here's my question I have for you guys. In a monsoon where it's as crazy as the weather was out there, I don't care who your quarterback is. Why you got him throwing the ball 42 times?
Who threw that?
Aaron Rodgers threw the ball 42 times in that monsoon.
Yeah. You're supposed to run the ball until it's flat.
Like, look at Breece Hall only had 10 carries. Braylon Allen only had 10 carries. It was a monsoon.
Yeah.
I just don't get like that. The Jets' downfall is going.
Trying to pass on one of the best pass defenses in the league too. Like that, crazy.
But don't worry, help is on the way.
They could get the Legion of Boom reincarnated. They could get Shannon Sharp in his prime, Jerry Rice in his prime, and Joe Montana in his prime, and that team would not win because their coaching staff is so bad. It's just, there's no other excuse at this point. Like, everyone tried to give them credit for those couple years when they were decent with Zach Wilson, but I just think they were winning in spite of their coaches because they stink.
Is Hackett still the OC?
Yeah. They couldn't get rid of Aaron's boy.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Well, yeah, I think Garrett Wilson even called them out saying, this shit's boring, spice it up.
Yeah. He said, I watch a lot of football on Sundays. They do different things. We don't.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong. That's what's actually said.
It's like the coaches like that are stubborn. They think because that shit worked back then. Like, update your offense. Like,
but to me, it's not even that. Because if you really think about it, like, what did Nat Hackett do before this? We saw him in Denver and he stunk as a coach. Why did he get hired in Denver? Oh, because he was in Green Bay. But when he was in Green Bay, he didn't actually run the offense because Matt LaFleur was the head coach who ran the offense. So he legit just got hired because he worked under LaFleur and worked with Aaron Rodgers.
And you also had Aaron Rodgers healthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Aaron Rodgers that cared about football plus Devontae Adams.
It's the same thing like Adam Gase when he was getting those jobs those years. He wasn't doing nothing. He just worked with Peyton Manning, so it made him look really good. Josh McDaniels worked with Tom Brady, so he looked really good. Like, these guys, some people are good because of who's around them. Like, no shade to Eric Bieniemy. Like, we all were. I was one of them saying he deserved to get a job, but like, where he at now? It's like he lost Patrick Mahomes. And what happened?
Where's he in college?
He's at UCLA, and that's no shade against him, but like, maybe they knew something. But it's crazy. Like, that's the one guy you decided we're going to draw the line here. But like, that's a different story for a different day.
Because wasn't he the Commanders OC?
Yeah, they got that whole staff up out of there. But that was a terrible mistake. Like, why would you go somewhere that was that bad? Like, I'm going to go from the best quarterback in the league to the worst. Okay.
Same how.
Yeah.
Had that man throwing the ball 65 times a game. Like he was at we was watching Washington State at 10 p.m.
Now he's out here backing up Geno Smith.
Who's the coach? Who's the coach of Washington State that be having his quarterback throwing 70 times? Is it Mike Leach? Yeah. What is running? That dude don't run the ball. All he does is 5 wide the whole game.
He's like, you can run when you catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Oh man. And then we had the Chiefs and Chargers 17-10. Chiefs moved to 4-0. Chargers moved down to 2-2. They just lost back-to-back games, I believe. They were off to a solid start, or they looked like they were trending in the right direction, but they got injuries. Joe Otis hurt.
No, Herbert's banged up too.
Yeah, Herbert's banged up too now, so it's the same tune again, no matter who the coach is. Here come the injuries. And then obviously we had Rashee Rice get tackled by Pat Mahomes. 101 of why quarterbacks shouldn't try to make a tackle. That's going to be on the teach tape.
Or maybe you should just stop throwing the ball to the other team, Patrick.
Yeah, that's one hell of a tackle.
It seems like he dodged a bullet though, and it's not torn. That's what the signs are. That's what people are saying.
Said that they're going to find out on Monday, and they said the fact that it's taking this long, it's kind of a little bit of optimism, because if it were torn, they should have known immediately when they looked at it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be.
No, another thing is you have to wait for the swelling to go down, because you can't get an MRI You can get an MRI right away because you won't be able to see what's really in there.
So, do the Chiefs make a couple calls? Maybe fill in that wide receiver slot. Cleveland, maybe. Amari Cooper, or others. To anybody?
You said to anybody? Somebody.
Did they pick up Kadarius Toney back?
No, I think they got the fact that you picked up Juju. You'll be fine.
They won't be fine, but I think
I'm saying that, and somebody that knows the offense.
Yeah, I think they'd be dumb to not try to get someone. I just don't know what because they're gonna have to pay the Chiefs tax. Because if I'm trading with the Chiefs, if it costs the Saints a third rounder, it costs you at least a second rounder. It's everything that with you is gonna cost more because you're the Chiefs.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of do they want to pay the in a row. Yeah. But the thing they got to be loving though is Devontae Adams is probably going for a third rounder. Let's be real. That's probably what he's going for. And if Devontae goes for a third rounder, any of the other receivers at the market, if Cooper hits the market, if Hopkins hits the market, if Devontae only got a third, you're only getting a fourth for those guys. So the Chiefs got to love this, because if Devontae gets moved, if they do have to go trade for someone, they're going to say, well, he ain't better than Devontae, so I'm not giving you that deal. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
there's options, so we'll see.
A lot of options.
Tyreek Hill come back.
Well, yeah, he replied on Twitter. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Yeah, he said waking up to trade rumors.
Well, yeah, he had the SpongeBob fish at the table turned around and shit. He said, "What? I'm going where?" He probably can't. I don't know.
Let Kelsey retire in Miami.
He was spazzing in
he ain't get rid of
on the sideline. No, Kelsey's gonna retire as a.
That's the only. What's
as a Chief. He's gonna retire as a Chief, as the best Chiefs tight end ever.
If Tyreek Hill goes back to the Chiefs, they have to be internally investigated, because they got all those picks from the Dolphins that get
Bruh. Why? Bro, I'm not picking. If that happens, I'm going by Madden immediately. Who's stopping Rashee Rice, Worthy, and Tyreek
We're starting the league,
bro. The league, son, would be in shambles. What are you going, bro? I'm sending Tyreek Hill and Worthy on drags every play. You better be in zone. You better be in something. Oh man. That'd be crazy if that ever happened, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I don't think so either.
Same.
And then you got the Raiders. Raiders beating the terrible Browns. Shout out to Nick Chubb back in practice. The leg isn't snapped into 7 pieces anymore. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see If I did watch the Browns games, it was for Nick Chubb when they got the ball because he used to go fucking crazy. So, and they got the Raiders at 2-2. They won 20-16. There was controversy in the game. They say that the 80-yard bomb that Deshaun Watson threw, there was a phantom hold. And I watched the clip. It didn't look like holding to me. The guy had his hands inside and let him go. And the ref just said,
Don't be a terrible human being, and bad things won't happen to you.
Karma.
It's every game.
Yep.
Oh man, they were spazzing in the game too. They were mad. And they're like, that's not a hold, but it's a judgment call. It is what it is.
Well, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams, they won. So
yeah,
interesting.
As soon as Pierce said business decisions, I already knew it was DA. I knew that for a fact. It couldn't have been anybody else.
Played his last snap with them.
Yeah, it could have been anybody else.
Well,
he's got a hamstring issue this week. He might not play. Got it. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, because he's been on a media run. Motherfuckers never did. I never even heard him talk until the receiver shit. And now he did K Adams. Yeah, the shot. Like I'm like okay, this dude is definitely out of there for sure.
Yeah. The question is,
I haven't had any contact with him. Right after this, I'm going to get a workout in. I'm like, oh, this dude is out of there for sure. But it's when they're gonna pull the trigger though. I don't know if it's gonna be before the deadline or they're just gonna make them wait.
I mean, we know the two favorites. Is there like a dark horse you think that's gonna come out of nowhere and grab him, or it's gonna?
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not getting excited about him coming to the Saints. It's a cool theory. Saints Twitter is funny, but Saints don't land dudes like that. They just don't. It is what it is.
But can I ask, like, realistically though, like, I mean, yes, DA.
It makes everything lines up. The receiver coach, Derek Carr, all that shit.
Right. But like, other than that, like, and I'm not saying that DA is not like great and everything, but is he like for the Saints? Is he a needle mover? I don't know that he necessarily.
That's what I said in the group chat. Somebody was like, "Yo, you might get Devontae." I'm like, he doesn't. What does he do? What does he do? He doesn't stop Derek Carr from running the QB sneak twice while the clock is running down. They don't stop that.
I'm not saying he's not a great player because
I don't think
he moves the needle for the Saints.
I think obviously the decision making for the Saints, situational stuff is crucial. They make a lot of bad decisions in moments where they should have made another decision, and it's clear. But I think like if he goes to the offense, there's a lot of things that open up for them that helps out Shaheed too, because they can't really. Shaheed's out if he's outside. They're like, oh, this motherfucker's running a 9 all day. But if you put him in the slot, there's a whole bunch of other shit. But I think there's bigger issues on the Saints.
That's what I'm saying.
That will hold them back.
Like I saw on
like he ain't gonna be able to get on the ball.
Like, what do you think about if we tried to bring in Devontae Adams? Like, what does that do for the Atlanta Falcons? Like, again, he's a great player, but it doesn't do anything for your team. Like, you have to look at what your team needs. Like a team like Pittsburgh, I think would make sense there because they only have George Pickens. Yeah. Like they need another target would be great. Like Pittsburgh, I get. Buffalo, I get.
Saints do need another receiver, but like it comes for me, it's the O line. Like I'd rather trade for an O lineman. We don't have no interior help. They got some dude that was working at Crown Fried Chicken that's blocking for Derek Carr right now. Like it's a revolving door. None of that matters. You can have Shaheed, Olave, and Devontae Adams, but if he cannot get the ball out, it doesn't matter. And right now, and especially in crucial times, you seen it in the Falcons game, dude is running for his life in the most important parts of the game. So it's like if they get him, that's cool. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not. Honestly.
Man, like I just said about like the Jets, because that seems to be like everyone's leading thing. But again, like right now they got Garrett Wilson, who's supposed to be a top 5, top 10 receiver, and that's not work. So Again, I'm still like, do we think that if you
he don't look good this season?
No, he don't look right. Like, is that maybe why they're saying, like, is it maybe they're saying, no, this is a him problem, not our team problem, so we need to bring Devontae in because we need a better receiver?
Because you can just see them, bro. Even what's after every game, Aaron Rodgers is basically throwing him under the bus when me and Five get on the same page. You said that for 4 weeks.
Right.
He says it after every game when me and Five get on the same page and we see a simple hitch route in the game and it's supposed to be a hitch route and then what's in his running the post and he throws the ball and it goes out of bounds and he just puts his hands up.
The one that I like that I saw a sneaky one that's been coming up. Well, the Bills obviously, like if he goes to Bills, like that's a needle.
I think that's a very good spot for him.
Yeah, like that moves the needle.
But do they have enough to get him there? You know?
Yeah, you got to do. It's just going to be draft capital. If you're all in on this year, and if I'm in the AFC, I'm circling the Chiefs like sharks smelling blood. Like you guys are on your last legs right now. We are going to. So if I think I'm a contender, I'm going all in. But I like a sneaky one, the Commanders.
And you have the cap space too.
Yeah.
27. Ooh, 27 mil.
I thought. I
mean, they got plenty because you got to think about they just shipped off Sweat, they shipped off Chase, they shipped off a whole bunch of people. So a lot of the money is off the books.
I think that would be fun, especially too because if you're trying to just win your division this year and it's a 1-year rental, like
who's Terry? Terry might be the highest paid on the team, and he got his contract 2 years ago. Yeah.
Let's see.
I can't think of many people that are going to be paid big money there.
Jonathan Allen.
D tackle from Bama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be.
Oh, Deron Payne too.
Those would be the two that get the money.
Yeah. Yep.
No, but it's Terry McLaurin, and then it's Deron Payne, and then Jonathan Allen. So,
Yeah.
But so Terry's at 24, Deron Payne's at 21, Allen's at 21. Then their next highest paid player is $9 million. So
they have plenty. Yeah, they got plenty of money. They're in a phenomenal spot because if you got, I think obviously the city stuff matters too. I think where people go matters. Like a place, if you go to Buffalo, DA played in Lambeau, so
yeah.
I don't think the cold is going to be a problem for him.
Nope, cold never bothered him anyways.
He's a Cali dude though.
Yeah, but he's adopted by the cold now. He's good.
Yeah.
Then he said he wants a quarterback he's familiar with. Right?
Yeah,
did he say that, or is that something that they put?
No.
Because
I'm asking y'all.
I seen they quoted him saying that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see a video of him saying it though, so I don't know how true it is.
Because
that's what I was asking.
I want to see because
Kay Adams was getting messy. She was asking questions everybody wanted. She had the Twitter feed open, asking those type of questions to him.
Shit.
So
just like I'd say anything to Kay Adams and Taylor Rooks.
You keep seeing the Jets and the Saints pop up, and they're saying that's what he said, but like. That's also what everybody always assumes because they're like, well, he wants to play with Roger, he wants to play with Carr. Like, I mean, and I'm sure that it's not that he doesn't want to, but if he gets sent to the Bills with Josh Allen or the Commanders right now, like,
listen, I got another dark horse. I said in the group chat earlier today. I said the Ravens.
Wait, I was just gonna say the Ravens.
I said the Ravens, but then I saw I said this in the group chat, but I didn't know he had I'd never seen him do an interview, like I said earlier. And he was talking to who was he talking to last year? He was talking to somebody doing the during the Super Bowl or the playoff run. And they asked him, they said, your next team, if you did leave or whatever, where would you want to go pretty much? And it was like, would you want to play with a contender? Or would you take the money? And he said, I'll go and play with Lamar to win a championship. That was his answer. So that was last year in the playoffs in January. So
the problem now is the cap issue because they're gonna have to a lot of teams if they want him won't have enough money. So
they're gonna have to move.
They're gonna have to get not even just moving people, or you might have to pay a higher draft pick and tell Vegas to eat the contract because Vegas can restructure his deal to make it like all bonuses. So all you have to do is pay him the league minimum. But if I'm Vegas, I'm not doing that for free. Like, so if you thought you were going to get him for a 3rd round pick, you want me to eat $10 million, it's going to cost you a 2nd round pick now.
Right, because then they were saying the contract, it bumps down week by week. So the longer Vegas waits, the cheaper the contract's going to be, which is why people will be more inclined to wait week 7 or week 8 or whenever it is. Then he gets shipped. But that means not playing football for 2 months or a month and a half.
But that's why I think someone's going to try to move it as fast as they could, though.
Yeah, because even him, he's going to be like, "Yo, let's get this going. I don't want to wait," which I think people have done in the past too. So,
yep. Right now we got the Ravens with $4.6 million in cap space, which is not nearly enough. So what they'd have to do, they'd have to have Vegas eat his contract, so it would cost them more draft picks.
And they're going to be what their plan is. Your first round pick is a 2nd round pick. Your 2nd round pick is a 3rd round pick.
And so, I don't think he's if you're going to be a 1st round pick anyway. Like it's just
no. I think they put that out there to see who bites. They know. I feel like realistically, I think it's a 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, someone in media said today them coming out saying that they're looking for a 2nd is telling you that people are calling them saying we're not giving you anything higher than a 3. Because if they were getting calls about a 2nd round pick, you would not have to leak that that's what we're looking for. So you're getting 3rd round picks offered to you and you don't want it. But you're going to be stuck with it because Antonio Pierce showed his hand by liking that message. And then Devontae Adams showed his hand by saying, I don't want to play here no more. So fine, you don't. But because the thing is, too, Devontae Adams is smart enough to know I'm not going to just not play because I'm not going to get fined. Like they're going to have to pay me still. So either you're going to not play him and pay him or get rid of him.
Yeah, so and I think what he's trying to build too, he's like, just get him out of here. Plain and simple, we can move forward. I don't want to have this drama at the beginning of my official coaching career. So just it is what it is. he came there for Carr. They got rid of Carr. They got rid of Carr with the quickness. They said, we signed you, gotcha.
Right, that's I don't know how they thought that was going to work. You brought he went there to play with them. Like,
but then also my thing is right. You say you don't. I don't know what happened with the whole Carr thing. Did they not believe in him or whatever? Blah blah blah. My thing is right. Look at the situation you're in at quarterback right now. You did all of that to have Minshew or AOC as your quarterback?
What they thought
would have had Jimmy G.
Yeah, I
just thought Jimmy G.
They looked at it and said these two are interchangeable, so we'll just bring in Jimmy G. So I got that concept. I can't blame them there, but I also think that Derek Carr got
Jimmy G. Also, they're looking at Jimmy G. Oh, he's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, exactly. And they figured that's what they could sell Devontae on. But now you ain't selling him on this. But Derek Carr, I think, got a raw into the deal because, I mean, last year, yes, was he good last year? No, I'm not going to lie and say he was good. But, like, he's not a bad quarterback. He really has never been a bad quarterback. No.
His arm is still live. We seen that early in the season, but I don't know, man. It's just.
Well, I told you, like, I'd be a hypocrite. Last year when you guys signed him, I said, like, if the Falcons would have signed Derek Carr last offseason, I would have been doing backflips, jumping up and down. You wouldn't have been able to tell me nothing. So I can't sit here and say I don't think he's a good quarterback. Yeah. I think last year was a bad year for him, but I think that most guys coming into a new system their first year are not great unless your name is Tom Brady, Matt Stafford.
Yeah, there was I think another thing too is Saints rabbit hole shit is there's a lot of struggle of trying to get something new. And that's kind of what took place. And they kind of ran newer stuff at the end of the season. He played a little bit better, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, man. Ravens, Bills, Sunday night, SmackDown.
About to ask.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. How'd y'all feel about this game? Thanks, man. We're stuck in the passes, Jack. There's no doubt about it. Oh, yeah, he was. He probably was. He probably was going there.
Oh, yeah. That's why the Falcons literally took him because teams were calling the Falcons to try to trade up and draft Michael Penix, and Vegas was one of them. So that's when everyone blames Atlanta for taking him. It's like, if that's the guy they wanted, they knew, well, we have to take him here. I will never blame them for that pick.
Or give up whatever Atlanta was asking, if they were asking to move from the pick.
Right.
They're probably like, yo, give me the first for the next 3 years.
Right. Like, here's
you
the
want
thing.
your friend? You want your franchise? Oh, you don't want? I'm gonna take your franchise now.
But like a team like the Raiders right now, or anyone that's like in quarterback hell, or even like the Dolphins right now with Tua out, like people can laugh all they want. Oh, the Falcons took a quarterback in the top 10. Atlanta, knock on wood, if Penix is what they think he's going to be, the Falcons aren't going to be in quarterback hell for at least a decade. Like, that was the smartest thing you could have done.
Yeah.
But anyways,
quarterback. You like a quarterback, go get him. That's for any player that no matter what round it is. If you feel like the player is going to be a good player, if you have a good scouting department, you can believe in that player, pick him.
Yep. Don't get stuck with Skylar Thompson.
But what y'all think about Bills Ravens? What did this tell y'all about the Ravens? What did this? Obviously, we'll get to the Bills.
King Henry still got it. 190, 90ish, 200,
199,
200.
It looked like
plus 10 receiving yards, so over 200
total yards. There we go. They got the Ravens. I think they said this like 1,000 times on socials already. The Ravens have 2 top 10 rush leaders. It's crazy. And Lamar.
Listen, I said it. I said it when we was watching the game, man. If Baltimore gets ahead in the playoffs, it's going to get bad for whoever's trailing. It's going to get real bad because that's the number one thing you need to ice a game. And then you got 2 people that can. You got one that can leave you in the dust and make you fall, and the other one is it's going to be 35 degrees, and you're going to have to try to tackle a 6'4", 275.
They're going to be dust. They're both
275-pound human. It's going to be real tough. But I think the Ravens showed like what they've been showing the past 3-4 years. When they get into these big games like this, they show up, and they obviously people want Lamar to do it in the postseason. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like he's like Colin Cowherd couldn't have said it. I didn't expect him to even say what he said earlier this week. Is like the fact that people are saying that Lamar can't win big games, but he smacked around everybody but the Chiefs in the league. So,
but I'm going to preface it with in the regular season.
In the that's what I'm saying. Regular season.
Because when he had to play Josh in the playoffs, we saw what happened. He lost to Josh in the playoffs. Like
that's a fact.
He lost to Ryan Tannehill in the playoffs too. Like we've seen these things. Like we can't. I can't talk about one guy and then let this guy get a pass. Like I just can't do it.
That's true. That's true.
But I think the game showed like Devontae Adams or a guy like that is needed in Buffalo because we all know they had to throw the ball to get back in the game, and Shakir and Keon
Curtis,
right?
Curtis. Like shout out to the 2012 All-State New York team.
Keon Coleman got some catches as well. So.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. No, he didn't because Josh Allen didn't throw any.
Oh, that was the week before.
He had 10 points total.
That's because did they have a short week? They played on Thursday, didn't they? The previous Thursday against the Dolphins.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was so quick. That's why.
Oh wait, no. They played the Dolphins 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
I don't know who that is. They coming right at me though.
Shoot. Well,
pronounce you. Who are you? Who are you? You hiding behind a username. You get the invite right now. I invite you right up here. Don't stop playing.
Send the link.
He said no picture. But yeah, I think the Bills definitely need a wide receiver, but also I think Josh is superhuman, so he gonna make it work.
That's a fact. But Superman couldn't do it by himself. Like this was actually like the perfect example of like the cape works, but only so much. Like I do need to be able to rely on someone else that can help me out here.
Yeah.
Because the run game wasn't going, so now they're going to key in on me. And do you really think if everyone and their mother knows I'm throwing the ball, that Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakur are not happening?
I watch these games, and I'm saying this from not from the I'm always talk shit about the betting wise. I'm watching the game from just a personnel standpoint. And why is Ray Davis and Ty Johnson out snapping James Cook?
Well, they didn't out snap him. One, let me.
I felt like they were on the field more than he was.
But they weren't, is what I'm telling you. And when Cook was in, he wasn't doing much. Like that's what they were trying to switch up looks, but they didn't out touch him. No, I'm not even talking about out touching him. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying snap wise. What was the snap share? I'm just saying from me watching, because I watched every single play of the game, and I just felt like he wasn't in a lot. I feel like it was probably even. Yeah, which to me is problematic because is he your number one? Well, I also think though he's not a 3-down back. Like he wasn't last year. Like they had Singletary there. I think that they're just missing the other guy. But I don't think it's as bad as we want to say. Like he had a 56% snap count this week, but you also have to factor in the fact that they were getting killed. So it's going to be lower anyways. So if it was 56, that means going into the part of the game that was a blowout, he probably was in the 60s or 70s.
That's true. Because I wonder what the game script or what is the game plan, and then obviously you get smacked in the mouth, and then it just looked like all of that went out the window.
Yeah, Ray Davis had 17% snap share still. And then Ty Johnson would have been the other one.
Bright side is this game does not matter, so playoff wise, it don't matter.
Ty Johnson had 19%. Yeah, so he's still significantly
out. Phil, I tell you, it's comedy. It's pure comedy. None of it matters. If their team does it, if their team smacks somebody around, it's the world. It's the World Series. It's Game 7. It's everything. But if they go and face a big dog and get smacked. Oh, nah, they got to do this. They got to do this in January.
So where's Noah Lyles?
We now. What happened?
I said, where's Noah Lyles with Needham? The World Series. They go around traveling to other countries playing baseball. He's missing a prime opportunity here.
Well, that's actually a good, what's the name, though? Honestly. Because like the MLB is super diverse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but there still are other leagues. He's got a point. You are
That's
not
true.
Korean baseball.
You go over there. Yeah, I was just you go to the Korean baseball league or the Japan baseball league.
You are the World Series champions, but
they got that one. I think is it the Japan baseball league? They got that one outfielder that's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know his name, but he's throwing ropes to home plate from the warning track.
Yeah,
it's like what?
They can tell me all they want that like these leagues wouldn't compete, but how come every year we break in the bank to bring them over? For how many years?
they just brought one over.
It's not like it's new.
Was it Yamamoto?
Yeah, Yamamoto, Shohei, Yoshi. I mean, Hideki Matsui. I mean, Hideo Nomo back. Like there is a long history of this.
Kick me out the league. What?
We'll talk about it
story. Oh,
what happened?
We'll talk after.
Lawrence made an enemy.
Oh, Kenny, you know who it is?
I think I do.
Oh, okay. Right.
But yeah, so Noah Lyles, perfect time to come back. World Series time. It's almost World Series time, so you're not.
It's almost World Series time.
Have the same energy about the NFL for MLB. World Series.
And then obviously the last game we'll talk about. We won't talk about the first Monday night game because there's nothing to discuss there. You had Detroit. You had Detroit and Seattle. What y'all think of that game? Did you watch it in totality? Fell asleep? What?
I fell asleep and woke up in the fourth quarter.
It was getting spicy in the fourth, though. It was going. Bro, listen, bro.
It was 21-7.
Golf and Gino they was dicing up back and forth. It was crazy. It was a battle.
Kenneth
I think
Walker,
obviously, I think
running
Seattle.
backs going back and
I think
forth.
Seattle. They obviously made mistakes in the game. And then the thing is with the Lions, man,
Rick's here.
they're consistently they're going to be in the red zone. They're going to be either in the red zone or knocking at the red zone every single drive, and I think that's what makes them special too.
Do you know?
Right, October. Talking about the Phillies.
Do you know what Seattle's big problem was?
So
they let Geno throw the ball 56 times.
What could have Walker had 3 TDs?
And he only carried it 12 times. Why is Geno throwing the ball 56? What are we doing?
Hold on.
Was missing a good majority of that fourth quarter, especially in the beginning. I don't know.
But he was bad through his injury too. He was really rough. But
Zach Charbonnet's not good. We just watched him play well.
He was in there.
He got 2 carries.
He had a bunch of he had like 3 catches, I think though.
I thought it was more.
5 catches.
More. 5, yeah. That's what he was mostly on the third downs and shit like that too.
But we think that it was okay for Geno Smith to throw the ball
400
running backs to carry the ball 14 times. That's acceptable.
Well, I was gonna say the Lions' run defense is really good.
But that's why you lost the game.
That's the thing with the Lions, though, is most people are going to go in there. They're going to go in there and they're going to pass because their DBs are suspect.
I get it.
Arnold had 4 PIs in the game, Kenny. 4. He had 4 penalties in the game. I'm throwing the ball 100 times. He can't guard.
You played into their hand. They want you to throw the ball 56 times.
That's true.
And you know what they did on the other side? Jared Goff threw the ball 18 times and completed his passes.
They ran it 20 times. They ran it 28 times.
Yeah.
They said put mitts on him. Yeah, that was funny in the game. That was funny. He got like a second PI or something. And they're like, they need to put mitts on this guy.
Jared Goff literally 18 of 18. I'm on
clinic.
Round 1 of 1.
Clinic.
They did not. No ball hit the ground for them. They were perfect. And then on the other side, they said, "Watch what we're going to make them do."
You are right. They played in their hands. I think a lot of teams when they play the Lions, that's what the Lions are going to try to force you to do that anyway. Because of their front. Their front is really good.
And I get what you're saying about their run defense is good. They were averaging 7 yards a carry against them, though, Lawrence.
Listen,
Kenneth Walker at 12 for 80 with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna let Geno Smith throw the ball 60 times tonight. That's how we're gonna win this game.
Geno
DK down there somewhere. So just boop.
And DK was down there somewhere all night. I'll give him that.
Nasty. JSN 8 catches, 50 yards. Ew. You have 8 catches. You're supposed to have close to 100.
Possession merchant.
In a passing league, 8 catches, you got to have 100 plus.
Tyler Lockett.
That's crazy work.
Or at least a touchdown.
Yeah.
Bro, I had him in fantasy.
The slot merchant.
My eyes. I said, JSN, I said 8 catches and he finished with 13 points. Like, this can't be correct.
13.
Yeah. He had a few targets early in the game for touchdowns too, but they obviously didn't get to him. But, no, I rock with JSN though, man. I rock with him. I thought it was an exciting game. Detroit's fun to watch. But Seattle's 3-1. Detroit moves to 3-1 also.
Fraudulent 3-0 team in league history, possibly. So,
yeah, man. Hey,
I mean, they can't help who was on their schedule, so I'll give them that. But like, we had to stop with that.
I said it last week too. Like, you killed me for it, but I like watching Seattle. I do.
It's boring. That's like saying you like watching the Tony Parker and Tim Duncan Spurs. No one actually liked that.
Gino out there.
Good, and we acknowledge it was.
I'm trying to see.
Was that or was it not boring basketball? We acknowledge it was greatness, but it doesn't mean I want to sit down. And
it was great.
Okay,
it was great teammate
basketball,
but yeah.
Like if you heard it was going to be the Spurs one, you're like, oh no.
Who he was, Kenny, in the chat. He just said who he was in the chat.
Yeah. Great basketball, but yeah.
I told you I thought I knew who it was.
No one wants to watch fundamental basketball.
Hey, listen, just know, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Culprit, listen, you gotta talk to the commission. The commission's right here.
No. No.
He better.
I give a lot. No.
He said he it was so much controversy he had to get rid of the responsibility.
Commission the Dynasty League, yes.
I heard we gave the commissioner spot to Neil.
Yeah, okay.
Never. He would literally start kicking people out the league. Oh, I didn't know it would do that. That's what he would do.
No,
I'm first. Listen, I'm first to go for sure. Public enemy number one, the most hated. I'm minding my business today. What y'all do? It's Lawrence's fault. The league, like what?
Everything, bro.
I ain't do nothing. Send a deal that people like. Then you can trade. If not, it's a personal problem. Oh man! But let's get to the pickles, man. Then we can get to the.
Okay, let me open up the sheets. Google Sheets.
Let's go. I'm taking cash. Hey.
So last week we had Phil and Kenny went 3-1. Lawrence went 2-2, and Neil did not participate because he wasn't here.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went 2-2. Phil, you went 3-1. You're the only one that went 3-1.
Yay!
Shout out to Felipe.
Kings, pick him Kings back.
Out here doing the Lord's work.
Oh, we got some pick'ems in there.
Oh shit! He asking questions. He wants answers.
All right, so the first game we got is the Falcons and Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football.
He said, "I'm not hiding."
All right, we'll discuss this after. Are we doing our pick'ems or what?
Yeah, we are.
Atlanta.
Phil's taking Atlanta. He's also taking Atlanta.
You know, when you get a
guy.
So when you get a guy.
When you got a team that you don't like, that's sitting at 2-2, the Bucs at 3-1, and you're super delusional, and you want a 3-way tie going into the end of the week. You got to pick the Atlanta Falcons. I need them to beat the Bucs. I need it. I got to have it.
Need parts.
All right.
It is what it is. I kind of want to throw up.
It actually won't be a 3-way tie, though.
No, I'm saying as far as the same record. Obviously, y'all beat us. Y'all would have to tie over. But I would rather be even instead of a game behind. You feel me? So I got to take the Atlanta Falcons. Keep the delusion alive.
The second game we have is the London game, which is Minnesota and the Jets.
I'm taking Minnesota. This might be 10 plus.
Let's go.
10 plus. The way they've been playing.
I got to stay 10 toes down on my preseason prediction, so I'm going with the Jets.
What's good, man? What's good?
Next game we got is Dallas at Pittsburgh for the Sunday night game.
Dallas at Pittsburgh? They don't belong there. Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Yeah, that's easy. Dak about to be running. Dak about to be running for his life.
I have Pittsburgh, and Neil has Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Last game, Monday night, New Orleans at Kansas City. Neil has Kansas City.
Tie.
Fuck.
Phil?
I gotta keep the delusion alive. I gotta keep it alive. I'm going to New Orleans.
We know that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the Saints steal this one.
4-0. 4-0.
Holmes in prime time at Arrowhead. Give me Kansas City.
I seriously considered in the summer. I considered going to this game on the Monday. I considered that.
It would have been worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's all of them.
There's another Saints fan? Oh, wow.
He's picking.
Oh,
no, he's saying he's picking. It's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Or Kudat, some might say.
Whoa.
He got that until he takes a visit back. They get smacked.
Watch y'all.
Y'all should have nailed the ball.
It's coming up soon though.
What? It's week 8?
Yeah, because we play.
Yeah, I know it's early.
We play the Panthers. Then we get the Seahawks. Then we get the Seahawks, Panthers, Cowboys, and you again.
So 9.
And then we don't play another division game until we have 5 of our 6 division games in a 8-week stretch.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's being on
7 weeks actually. Looking at it, yeah. That's good. Build a nice 5-0 lead. You know what it is? Lawrence don't want to hear that.
Oh man. Any last words?
Hey, just enjoy sports. October, great month, like I said earlier. Also, R.I.P. to Kevin Mutombo and Pete Rose.
That's a fact.
So,
let Pete in the Hall of Fame, man. Yeah. Batting ain't nothing but a thing. He was doing his job.
But it is crazy
that he's not in.
Well, just that now, as much as they embrace gambling, it's like you can't do that and then say, well, the reason Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame is because of gambling.
Was it? This might be no, that's not a dumb question because obviously I don't know much about it. I just know he was banned because of the betting. Was he betting for him to do good or bad, or both?
Or was betting on his
team? I think it was betting on them to win.
To win?
Yeah.
He's betting on his own team to win, and then they did that?
No, what Pete Rose, he bet on baseball, including his own team. As the manager of the Reds in the late 1980s, an investigation found he gambled on major league games. So, yeah, pretty positive. It wasn't when he was a player. It was when he was a manager. Yeah. Which I guess.
Okay. I thought. Oh, what? Wait.
I always
if it's a manager.
It's got to be both. I'm pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably went digging back, and then it's like, you was back. And then
that's probably Fred. He probably got busted when he was manager, but obviously they're like, oh, you've been doing this for how long?
Yeah, he said you're not new to this. You're true to this.
Right. RP to both guys. Kevin Mutombo, both. Such a great personality.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of people passing.
Yeah, they said they found in particular the years 85, 86, 87, and that's when he was a manager. But again, when
they went back.
And then probably cast doubt, if you've been doing it for 3 years as a manager, I can imagine what you've been doing.
Say, he got the most hits in MLB history. Why was he doing that? He had 100,000 for a game. Imagine.
Yeah.
50K did. Yeah, I'm gonna get a hit today. Oh man, that's nuts. But that's all. That's all for me, man. I'm gonna say you're commish. Yeah, we had to make some changes.
Yes, we switched commissioners. I told you I do the Dynasty League, bro. I told you there's no lying going on. But we're on our podcast right now. We're not talking about the Fantasy Football League.
Oh, look at the bad. Yeah. Piss on that. Piss on the recliner.
Oh wow, that's
crazy. Damn. Imagine though.
Man, we would have been fighting.
I'd have been like, woo.
I told you.
I'm gonna be like the doggy bag on the way, man. I'm sending the care
I
package
told you.
immediately.
He's got the Olave Chew toy already.
And he got the
No way. Seriously?
No.
Oh. All right, man. That's all we got for tonight, though. Week 5 coming up. It's gonna be a big one. Got a game in London. Is anybody getting up at 9:30?
Fuck. Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm usually up anyway.
I was just gonna say I'm usually awake. So
on Sundays I usually try to wake up at 7:38. So get some work done. But man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us tonight. And I just want to say one thing, man.
Saints suck.
Despite losing to the Falcons, they're not like us.
Oh, you're right, because we win.
Listen, we up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. Peace.